Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So it is a cold morning. Me and the dog have just finished shift. Where's your ball? Get your ball in. Is that the one we're playing with? No, your ball. Go on, go and get that one. No, go and get that ball. And I've been speaking to a few people lately and a few people online where they've messaged me and said, look, do you mind if we just have a quick chat? Because I'm thinking about getting into the security dog handling industry, but I just want to maybe speak to you first about a couple of things. And it's been apparent to me that through talking to these people that a lot of people have been put off getting into the security dog handling industry through one reason or another, through what people have said or what they've heard, or maybe even what they've experienced. Down. Wait. And I'm just going to fire off 5 quick reasons why I think you shouldn't be put off getting in the security dog handling industry. And number 1 is you learn to train a dog. Now, I feel that that's a good skill to have. Now, a lot of stuff that you can put into training a dog, you can put into training other animals as well. But also, learning to train a dog is also learning sort of behaviour, and I'd say it's very similar to people. Dogs are very similar to people with the way in which they work, about habits, about processes. So I think learning to train a dog is a very good life skill, and if nothing else, even if you don't have security dogs later on in life, being able to train your own dog from the start to finish, I think is a really nice skill to have. And the second reason, now you can progress through the industry. So if you're like me, so you start off as a complete novice and you become a security dog handler, and then maybe when you become a security dog handler, you then become like a security dog handler team leader. So maybe in the company you work for, maybe you become a team leader of all the dog handlers, and then from there maybe you become a trainee trainer, and then maybe from there you become a full trainer to train other handlers and new handlers, and maybe from there maybe you start your own business. Now, just because you become a security dog handler doesn't mean that that's where it ends. Some people may think that it's a dead-end job, but it's not. There's always somewhere you can kind of go, and if it ends up that you have a massive training facility where you have loads of trainers underneath you, things like that, then if that's what you want to do, then maybe that's what you should aim at. Just because you become a security dog handler doesn't mean you have to do that until you're 70 years old. Maybe, like I say, you move into being a team leader, then maybe you become a trainee trainer, maybe you then become a trainer, maybe you then open up your own training facility where you bring handlers in to be trained up, but also you have trainers working underneath you. Now I'm going to go into sort of the online kind of stuff, and it's no secret that if you go online you will find comments online that are not good for the security dog industry. But what you have to appreciate is, although you acknowledge them comments, not everyone is in the security dog industry for the same reason. There'll be people that are in the industry because it's a nice way to earn money. There'll be people in the industry because they feel like it's an easy way to make money. But then you'll have people in it that like the lifestyle that being a security dog handler has, having working alone with your dog, learning to train a dog. And there'll be people that are in this industry just because they like working with dogs. So although you may see the negative stuff that's online, remember that person may not be in the security dog industry for the same reason you want to be in it for. And also with these comments, you have to understand that I feel that there's a thing in our culture now that someone always has to have something to moan about. Now, it may be that they're not getting paid enough. It may be that they're not happy in their job. Now, that happens across all industries. Now, there are Premier League footballers that get paid 200 grand a week, and they're unhappy that they have to play 3 games of football a week. Where in the dog industry there'll be people that are moaning that they have to work 5 days a week in order to earn £400 £45,000 a year, but in another industry there's someone that's complaining that they have to work 6 days a week in order to earn 30 grand a year. So you have to understand that in every job there's always going to be people who are going to moan about something, and something that someone moans about in one job is in another job is completely irrelevant. So like I say, with them comments, you have to understand that we do live in a culture where complaining and having something to complain about is seen as something to talk about, rather than just getting on with your job, realising how lucky you are or how good you have it, because you don't know how good you've got it until you haven't got it anymore. And lastly, I think it's an important one, is that two different people can go through the same experience and have two different outcomes from it. So even if you see stuff online that you feel's negative, it doesn't mean that if you went through the same experience you would find it negative. Me and another dog handler, we could go through the same training, and one of us could say, oh, it was really informative, really got a lot out of it, and the other person could say, well, I didn't really learn too much, I didn't really feel like it come across. Now, not every handler is going to get everything out of a trainer that they should. Maybe it was because I asked more questions, maybe it was because the person that didn't get a lot out of it, maybe they had stuff going on at the time that made them, they was thinking about something else, they wasn't concentrating on the training at the time. It can be lots of different things, so just bear in mind that with the stuff that you see online, the stuff that you hear from people, remember that two people can go through the same experience and come out with two different views on it. So just because they say something about the industry, it doesn't mean that if you experience that you would have the same opinion. So look, they're just my opinions. Now, I feel that there are 5 good reasons that you shouldn't be put off getting into the industry, and I'm just trying to explain to you that stuff that you see, stuff you read, stuff that maybe you watch, it shouldn't put you off. And I feel like being a security dog handler is very individual, and like I say, especially with one of them points, just because someone else doesn't like it, it doesn't mean that you won't. And just because someone's moaning about something, it may be something that it doesn't matter to you because you're in this job for a completely different reason. So like I say, you can speak to lots of people, get lots of opinions, but I feel unless you actually experience yourself and you give it a go, you'll never know how you truly feel about it. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below for loads more videos, and as for now, I'll see you again next Saturday for another video. Cheers for watching, see you later, bye.